Make sure we don't have to do this twice. All right. What's up, guys? It's Joe Troyer, and I have with me a good friend of mine. For the last couple of months now, I've gotten to know Mark Casey. Mark came to our Digital Triggers execution event. That's where I first met him. And then he enrolled into our beta mastermind program, which we're going to be opening up here real shortly. And so I wanted to just bring on Mark and have him talk kind of candidly with me about the program, the mastermind, his experience, how it went, the big kind of takeaways that he had, and so on and so forth. So, Mark, man, thanks for agreeing to come on and hang out with us.
No problem. It's good to be here.
So, real quick, let's talk about your backstory, kind of who you are, where you're from, how long you've been in kind of the SEO or digital agency, search engine marketing type of space.
Sure. I'm originally from Dublin, Ireland. Living over in the US since 2007. I got into basically online, some marketing around late 2007, 2008. I actually bought my first laptop and set an email address, and I got hooked. I started with some MLM products, something like that, a couple of little scam things, but I kind of got into an SEO position just by chance. My previous background was actually as a chef working kitchens, and I came to the US from Australia. I got into it, and I started where most people would, kind of like the Warrior Forum, places like that, Digital Point, start learning the ropes. I eventually got a job. I applied for a job at a company I'm up in New England area, and I was doing a part-time. It was an agency. They were building websites and doing stuff like that. I understood SEO a little bit. I started talking about that. They didn't understand what SEO, and then suddenly I was the director of SEO at this company. And so I had to learn the ropes pretty quick. Been following most of the big guys, the gurus for a while, learning, picking up stuff and adding to it. In 2009, 10, kind of starting about doing my own business. I hooked up with a developer and a graphic designer. I was going to do the marketing stuff. We started a little web design company up here in New England. Since then, I sold my share in that. They got together and they're running the business that side. I opened up my own separate business, but I do a lot of subcontracting with advertising agencies up here. Kind of a lot of my work was in the auto industry, more like selling direct mail, getting the foot in the door, and then educating them on what we do with the SEO, lead generation, stuff like that. So that kind of led to I get into the paper lead model through somebody else we know in this field, Chris Winters, a few years back. I started looking into that. And my biggest headaches were what we all have, clients like, I'm not number one anymore. Where's my video? My website's here, but I'm not getting the calls in, the headaches, I want to picture my dog in there. I want to do this. It's just like, I wanted to get to the position where I was in control. I was the digital landlord. I own my own assets. So I know you're big in this field, and I started actually going through a lot of your stuff on Digital Triggers, trying to, educate myself on it. And currently where I'm at now is I have a company called Trinity Leads, and I'm basically selling leads, exclusive leads to clients now. I do some other work on the side for the advertising agency I was with originally. But that's it, my main focus now for 2016-17 is to really push my company and become a digital landlord, basically.
Cool, man. Cool. So still working with the agency to bring in some revenue, bring in some cash.
Yeah, I've got some what would you call it, my grandfather clients that they'll reach out and say, hey, Mark, we want to look into this. So I've got a few things I'm working on there. I'm helping a couple of other guys launch their books and position them. So I'm just kind of pulling the skills together.
Yep, for sure. So let's jump in then to kind of you kicking off the beta mastermind with us and taking a stab at it. Can you tell everybody a little bit about your first week or two in the program and how kind of things went?
Sure. Actually, for the launch week. So the whole idea with this group was it was going to be a small group. We all had to commit. If you didn't commit and you didn't put in your time, you were cut out, which I like the accountability. I had a trip booked for my vacation. I hadn't had a vacation in a while with my wife and 2 kids, so I didn't say anything, but I told her, like, I'm going to be working in the morning. She wasn't impressed, but I made a point of not making get in on our vacations. So what I do is I was getting up at 5. I was working for 2 hours in the morning, calling, working the system, and the great thing was I was on a week's vacation. I was down in Florida, I went up in New England, and I got 2 clients, which I closed on the Monday I got back. We were there for 5 days. I called them, worked them over the weekend, and didn't interfere with the holiday, and I got 2 clients by that Monday afternoon, which was amazing, you know.
So that's awesome. It's funny because I see this as a trend. So you were the first that I heard it happen to in the group, right? Because after you got your first 2 clients, you were like, "Hey, Joe, by the way, I was on vacation." You slip under the radar after you pulled in the clients, right? But then I just had an interview with I just interviewed Robert Westberg that was in the group, and he said he just nailed 2 clients while he was on vacation too. So it's funny.
It's nice when it happens like that. You know, I'm on holiday.
It's becoming a trend, so that's awesome. Would you say that before this program, before the Mastermind, would you say that you had like a proven kind of prospecting system?
I didn't. I mean, I've done multiple courses. I kind of pieced them together, but I think the big part with this was the accountability and, you know, just stick with the system. You know, we all have the inclination to want to. I can do this a little bit better myself. I'll try this, and then, you know, when it doesn't work, then I point the finger at you or whoever else, going, "Your stuff is crap." I stuck with it. I followed suit, and kick ass. You know, it's working.
Yeah, cool, man. So after going through the beta with us, do you think that there's any type of special skills that anybody would need to kind of follow the program that we all went through?
No, if you can you read and open an email and send an email? It's pretty straightforward, you know. It really is. Okay. It's very straightforward.
Okay. And looking back on the 6-7 weeks that we spent together, if you had to put a value on that Mastermind and what it did for your business, I mean, where would you put that value?
I mean, if this can, I definitely see my business being. I can definitely see me having a 6-figure business right now with this. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know what figure I put on it, to be honest with you. You know, would it be worth 10 grand easily? I think it'd be easily worth $10,000 to say I've got a process, I've got a system. Yeah. If I sat on top of this and just worked and called and worked these numbers and had people fulfill from me, it's sky's the limit. You know, I'm trying to get rid of my legacy clients now to on this, you know, because, you know, do I give you 3 hours for $10, or do I put the time into there and make $3,000? It's the difference, and it's pretty huge. But you know, I already had these people, so I'm gonna look after them before I move in, and
definitely
focus solid on this.
I admire that too, by the way. That's an admirable quality, to not just dump them. You know, take care of them, finish your commitment, you know, and start to phase them out, right?
Exactly. If I can, you know, I mean, I've got a guy now, and it's a client from last year, and he's trying to run an AdWords thing, and he's like, "Oh, we've got some malware." I'm like, you know, we've already done 60 hours on this, and now it's just you're killing my time, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just trying to roll them out, keep everybody happy, get some testimonials in there.
Awesome, man. Would you say that you were surprised by the results of the beta program?
Yes, I did. I'll be honest with you, I had high expectation. I'm like, we went over everything, so I was kind of like, this makes sense. This should work if we do it this way.
Right.
But it over-delivered. It definitely over-delivered. You know, it was kind of, if you think, you know, if you're sending cold emails, I've done it before. You know, I've done the scammy ways. I've used, you know, I've picked up GoDaddy and I've used their servers to say it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. You know, I've been on multiple courses where we have, you know, here's email 1, email 2, email 3. The system works. For some reason, my opens are like through the roof. My response, I'm getting people saying, "Baby, give us a call back. Here's my personal email. Give me." You don't get that. I haven't had that running the system. You know, so yes.
Cool. So specifically the email opens, the responses, kind of the proven kind of template and sequence that we're using, if you will.
Yeah.
What in your experience, do you know what your open rate's kind of been for the sequence?
Yeah. I think I took some on the I'll give you an idea. First open, we were looking at, I think it was like 56, around 56%, I think.
Yeah.
Second, 49, and then the third one was back to 50 something, you know. So either people miss the first email and then happen to say like, oh, I got 2 or 3 emails from the same guy, and then they're getting in. What's really cool is being able to look in and see that they're doing multiple opens.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, we use something similar with a Pearl that I do my separate business, what we're doing with my previous clients.
Yep.
I can see them logging in. And I was the other dealership, so they could pick up a phone and say, hey, we sent you a direct mail piece. Oh, I'm actually just online now checking it out. It's very cool because they've already raised their hand, they're interested. But
exactly.
Having that insight through email continuously, Joe opened it 15 times. Hey, this guy's red hot. You know, I should give him a call and play, you know, hey, I just sent you an email. Oh, I'm on it now. I love it, you know. It's,
yeah, definitely. Helps us kind of, you know, weed through and talk to the people that, you know, are qualified, or at least are as qualified as possible, right?
Exactly.
So not just making hundreds of cold calls a day.
Yeah.
I read some stat the other day that I was just floored by, and they said that the average salesperson spends 8 hours a day on the phone.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because then they said, like, you know, that average sales guy may talk to 3 people in 8 hours, like have 3 meaningful conversations that lead to an appointment, basically.
Yeah.
Right. So like with our system, I mean, how much time does it take to book 3 appointments? I mean, not 8 hours a day.
Not at all, you know, and it's so much better. It's, you know, I've done the cold calling. I've done that with the agency. I'm like, let's try hustle up new business from local. You know, we take the bucket lists, who are the top earners or whatever. So it's an advertising agency, TV, radio. So I'm gatekeeper 1, gatekeeper 2. I'm not getting to that person, you know.
Yeah.
With this, I'm only talking to people that raise their hands. I'm only talking to people that are interested, you know. I'm even getting replies from people saying, how much can we set up a time to call? So it's like, I'm not even cold calling them.
Yeah.
I've got somebody that's reaching out to me, and it changes the conversation straight away. It totally, they're disarmed. Do you want to hear what I got to offer instead of, why are you calling me, dude?
Yeah.
Much better, you know? Much better.
Definitely. Changes the angle completely.
Yeah.
So cool, man. One more question. I really appreciate your time, and I don't want to keep you. I know you're busy. So one last question. What would you tell somebody sitting on the fence? Right? They're a local marketer that's in a similar shoes as you. They've kind of been through the systems. They've been through different programs. You know, they have some knowledge. What would you tell them?
Get off the fence. Jump straight in with both feet. This works. This works. You can search online. I've done multiple courses. I haven't done a testimonial or review similar to what we've done with yourself like that. This works. It definitely works. Put the time in. Don't pull the plug. I've done it many times. I go full into something. I'm like, gung ho, this is the greatest thing. I get there and then we lose interest. And then the next shiny object comes along. It's like, check and get 600 grand. I send out, you know, it's, stick with it. It's not that long. It's really not that long. It's, you can put this thing together in a couple of days, you know, literally watch the training, get into it. Once you got those emails loaded up, you'll see it. You'll see them be open. So they're going to start calling you. Go, get off the fence, jump in with both feet. And, I mean, with the group we've had, I don't think anybody's not made money and not sold something.
We've had a 90% success rate with the group, and we're at over, we're well over $500,000 in recurring revenue.
Insane.
So with 9 people,
works, you know, we're targeting people that are hungry for these leads.
Yep.
They're burned out. They've been used and abused by other people. We're walking in with a unique offer.
Yep.
And we can deliver. You know, hire me. You know, you don't like me after a month and get rid of me. They don't. It's the golden handcuffs. It's perfect. That's just what I like about it. Just tell them because, you know, I'll take it away if you don't want it. They don't want it. You know? Nobody wants to do something. So, jump in with both feet. 100% behind you, Joe, on this. I think it's an amazing opportunity. It's a great course, and you'd be silly not to do it.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate your time. Let's connect later today. Let me know if you need anything or if I can help in any way. As always, thanks for your time, bud. Talk soon.
Well, thanks very much.